There is a plague going around affecting a large number of people here on this earth known as normality, or in other words, operating averagely. It's such an easy thing to do because it's what the world trains our minds to do. It's also what the average person does and what society pushes us toward. Majority of people think it will be satisfying to simply just own a nice house, nice car, have a wife and kids, have a few nice vacation days out the year, retire at about the age of 60, and then go ahead and live a happy life and travel the world. My question is, where's the impact in that type of life? Is that really all life is to you? Is it that simple? The fact that the average person is satisfied with that clearly signifies that that is an average lifestyle, and when it is average, it's not different. And that becomes a problem when you have been placed here to be different and do something different. That becomes a problem when you have been placed here to make an impact but decide to live a life that is not impactful to the world. Living what looks to be a happy life will never truly bring you true God-given joy and happiness when you have been placed here for more. God will bless you with true joy and happiness when the way you live your life brings other people joy and happiness. God did not send blessings into your life for them to just come to you, but they were also meant to flow through you. Word to Inky Johnson, that is why God has given them to you. So did you really think that God will bless you with exceedingly abundantly above all that you may ask or think so that you can just go ahead and keep that all to yourself? Or do you think that he gave you an excess so that the excess that you get, you can actually go ahead and give? God will go ahead and bless you with peace, joy, and happiness in your life so that you can bring peace, joy, and happiness into the lives of others. You have not been placed here to live an ordinary life when you have the power of an extraordinary God living on the inside of you. In other words, what I'm saying is, it is not normal to just be normal when you have the power of God living on the inside of you. So you need to tell me that a great God has blessed you with great gifts so that you can do the great work he has for you, and you still doubt the fact that you actually can go ahead and be great? John 14:12 states pretty clearly when God says, "Very truly I tell you, those who believe in me shall do the works I have set out for them, and they shall do even greater things." Well, don't you think it takes a great individual to actually go ahead and do great works? Which means if you have been placed here to do great works, that means that you must be in some way, shape, or form great at something. God has placed greatness on the inside of all of his children. We just like to call them God-given gifts. Here's what I need you to understand though, is that your gift is God-given. God giving the gift to you is indeed his investment in you. And the way that you can go ahead and give God the return on his investment is by using the great gifts that he has given you to bring glory to his great name by being nothing less than great in life. The problem comes in when being great and living a purpose-filled great life requires you to move in different directions. More likely than not, a direction that nobody else is going. Few people are really willing to let their light shine when they're around the fun crowd. Majority of people would rather dim their light in order to fit in with the dark world. And I wish I could say that living a life like that is not problematic. The problem is the fact that we were actually called to be a light to the dark world. In other words, we're supposed to let our light shine in this dark world so that there can be less darkness in this world. Not go ahead and walk with the same people in the darkness to contribute to more darkness. But few people want to be different because that requires them to do what is different and live differently. It's more conflicting to go against the grain and do what others don't to get to a place where others won't. But keep in mind that conflict is actually a good sign. You are headed in the right direction because sometimes walking alone means that you are indeed moving in the right direction God needs you to go in. It means you are headed in the right direction because sometimes walking alone means you are moving in the direction God needs you to go and not the direction the world wants you to go. Hey, I also understand why a lot of people choose not to live their life differently and act differently, because living differently and acting differently causes you to move in a different direction, a direction that may cause a certain level of loneliness to come into play in your life. Because if everybody agrees with your actions, then you are acting the same as everybody else. If everyone stands with you, then you are probably standing for nothing. If everybody agrees with what you have to say, then you're probably talking about absolutely nothing. Everyone is not going to be extraordinary, so it is not good to be headed in the same direction as everyone. Do you not understand when you follow the path the average person goes in, then you are probably headed toward living an average life, robbing yourself of the great and blessed life God has for you? Do not follow the path that is already paved. Sometimes, just sometimes, you will have to go ahead and follow the path that is not even less traveled, but not traveled at all, and go ahead and be the influence upon others to follow the trail that you have left behind as you follow along that path. Because if you choose to go ahead and do what ordinary people do, that doesn't change the fact that you're an extraordinary individual made to do extraordinary things. You will just now be an extraordinary individual living an ordinary life you were never meant to live, and you will never truly be comfortable living that life you weren't supposed to live. Because I get it, because everybody loves to just walk around saying how much different they are from everybody else. Not understanding that when you are truly different, how you act is different, your very essence is different, it will be seen long before it is something that you actually say. But in order to really be different and do what is different and move toward what is different, I need you to truly understand that you are indeed made different, created different. And God made you like that for a reason. There is a purpose behind it. You will just have to see in a new season what that reason really is. Because as said in the book of John chapter 14 verse 12, when he says, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these. Makes me think for a second, because Jesus on this earth was performing miracles. He was bringing people back to life, giving people new life, giving them new healing. So if you truly believe in the words spoken in the word, and you gain new revelation as to who God is and the power that is on the inside of you, you begin to have more faith to truly believe that you can experience a miracle in your life and also be a miracle in the life of somebody else. You begin to have more faith to believe that the dreams that you saw as dead presently can be brought back to life and become a reality in the future. Now go now and go pursue the great things that a great God has for you.